in the heart of the Seri Mountains, or drew his first breath within the confidence of a humble dwelling, belonging to a family whose existence mirrored the tranquility of their surroundings. And yet the shadows of adversity cast their gloom early upon Noel's life, as his ailing father succumbed to the clutches of illness during Neil's tender years. Left to navigate the challenges of life's plow fields with his resilience and found solace in the belief that the simplicity of their daily toil would endure. However, life's deceptive will come shattered when his mother, too, faced the inevitable embrace of mortality. On her deathbed, she whispered apologies for what she perceived as inadequacy and urged Neil to forge his own path. Her parting words resonated within him, planting the seeds of determination and independence. Fueled by the fantastical tales of Based Father, the daring adventures following Jackdowns, final of King wielding a miraculous panacea, and Eldad to dream of becoming a hero, akin to those immortalized in his father's narratives. Years upon the known, now a seasoned local helper strolled through town garnering gratitude for his aid. The allure of adventure beckoned with offers of new tasks and job opportunities, yet Neil declined a few. Once the day's lab was concluded, he made his way to the adventurer's guild to document his exploits. The guild master perused his report, compensated him modestly, and all content spoke of his intent to pursue the next assignment. Amidst departure, a curious fellow adventurer inquired of the guildmaster about Neil's assignments. The guildmaster disclosed that now occupied a peculiar status, the enigmatic C rank, even lower than the conventional A rank reserved for novices. His rank cloaked in obscurity restricted the denizens from venturing beyond the city's limits for subjuration missions. However, they could engage in odd jobs within the city's confines. Originating from extreme destitution, the F rank emerged to provide its holders a means of livelihood. Baffled by this revelation, the inquisitive adventurer pondered the secrecy surrounding the F rank. The old master explained that the stability of the entire ranking system hinged on the citizens' ignorance of the F rank's existence. In an unexpected revelation, the guildmaster conveyed that Nostod, as the sole friend he had ever encountered, intrigued the adventurer questioned Nell's choice to abstain from the training camp. Was Biro aspiring adventurers honed their skills across six fundamental as swordsman, hunter, cleric, warrior, thief, and magician. Intriguingly lingering the exoid, the adventurer land of the mandatory certification and ignition, a barrier to enter erected by the government and guild to ensure the safety of newcomers. Recollecting the Zyrang's examination, the adventurer affirmed its necessity for an adventurer's recognition, emphasizing the mastery of at least one skill. Puzzled by Neil's omission from the examination, the adventurer sought clarification from the guildmaster, discovering that Noel had indeed attended the campus. However, to the astonishment of all, Noel had been deemed lucky in even a single skill across all sex classes. The enigma of Nell's singular status in the F rank and his conspicuous absence of certified skills added layers of intrigue to his tale, prompting the adventurer to delve deeper into the mysterious Shodino's unconventional journey within the realm of adventurers. Embarking on a new job at a bustling construction site, Ned swiftly earned the admiration of his boss for his unwavering punctuality. So the boss, grappling with the shortage of labor, marveled at Nell's commitment when he discovered that Nell was the sole representative from the guild who had stepped up to the challenge. What set Nell apart was not just his guild affiliation, but the Culian strength he effortlessly wielded. Hoisting bags of cement that would pose a formidable challenge to an average whip. Amidst the camaraderie of the workers during breaks, Nos colleagues revealed hidden talents, unraveling the diverse skills that lurk behind their ordinary exteriors. These conversations acted as a catalyst, stirring memories within all of his days at the academy. Recollections of a master advising him to pivot from persistent but fruitless pursuits of conventional fighting skills resurfaced. The master's candid assessment acknowledged the absence of progress and urged Linnell to explore alternative training avenues to uncover his unique talents. Undeterred by setbacks, Nelly took his master's counsel to heart. The master's wisdom, tinged with the allure of rumor, hinted that dedicated pursuit of a single skill might unveil unexpected talents. The dream of becoming a swordsman was kindled anew, with the master emphasizing the importance of forging ahead steadily, even if the path lacked the sheen of natural talent. Character, the master asserted, was a form of talent in itself, encouraging Neil to explore new horizons and give his best. Determined to transcend his limitations, they'll traverse various training grounds only to encounter the recurring verdicts of unstability. The dream of adventuring appeared elusive, prompting L to chart a singular path forward, building strength that eclipses his inherent abilities. Focusing on the petty skill acquired at his initial training ground, now records the trainer's counsel to practice until a new talent emerged. After a dedicated year of relentless practice, Nun's progress manifested in the ability to effortlessly streak down and targets with a single hit. Although he hadn't built the groundbreaking technique, the tangible advancement fueled Neil's conviction that his ultimate goal of becoming a genuine adventurer was within reach. 3 years later, an astounding revelation awaited Noit. He could effortlessly decimate 100 targets with a single swing, and yet this remained his solitary skill. Undaunted, committed himself to persistent solo training, fast forwarding a decade. The combination of his unwavering dedication manifested in a remarkable feat, slicing through 10,000 wooden swords with a solitary masterful swing. The journey from unremarkable beginnings to this extraordinary achievement reflected Neil's indomitable spirit and his refusal to succumb to the confines of perceived limitations. In the realm of blades, despite his remarkable strides, Nell humbly admitted to an unmastered grasp of the six talents he ardently pursued. And as he approached the city, when the fervent plea was laid before the guildmaster, sincerity echoed through his words, earning him a well-deserved title that epitomized a peculiar yet effective amalgamation of skills. One, Null, possessing a seeming disparate set of abilities, found no each one invaluable and in its own right. His strength enhancement skill, derived from the warrior class, bestowed upon him the powers to effortlessly lift burdens far beyond the capacity of the average person. 5 times more, to be precise. When wave is set in, Null seamlessly invoked the clerics' basic skill roll hill, ensuring a seamless continuation of his endeavors. Was still the thief skill primarily adept at tracking or scat, surprisingly afforded its wonders in various scenarios. The magician's playbook contributed build brute fire, versatile magical flair while stone throwing from the hunter skill set, though infrequently used delighted the younger audience. Amid the scarce practical skills that sustained his livelihood, one technique Barry lingered in his repertoire not out of necessity but as a commitment to keep its finesse eternally sharp. Nerd for defensive maneuver, Barry allowed not to intercept his adversary's strikes and to retaliate with precision. Though concluding his daily exploits, attempting of fame emerged from his boss, now an invitation to forsake his dangerous path and join the inner workings of the organization. Triple pay sweetened the deal, but Null content for the moment polity declined. Despite his refusal, the persistent boss urged him to reconsider, leaving the door open for future possibilities. As Null bid farewell to the guild, a routine practice session awaited him at home. He noted a sudden disturbance caught his attention, a flash of light and a damsel in distress. Calling the ocean world, discovered a Corsa Minotaur menacingly towering over a helpless girl guard the valiant soldiers. However, bravery succumbed to beast ferocity, leaving the girl defenseless. Now Amida Borisov swiftly intervened, employing stone throwing skills as a diversion. He facilitated the girl's escape. Now facing the monster's foe alone, Nal bravely clashed swords, realizing the enormity of the challenge. The Minotaur's mighty swings shattered the ground beneath, but Nal, with adept precision, utilized his parry technique to deflect the impending doom. Yet, as the battle unfolded, the weight of the creature's assaults began to overpower Null's defenses. With each clash, it became apparent that Null's sword was being relentlessly pushed away. Undeterred, Null discerned the nuances of the Minotaur's attacks, striving to maintain the delicate balance between his own skill and the impending threat. In the desperate clash against the Minotaur, Null grappled with the realization that his sword was insufficient against the monster's colossal axe. Struggling to land decisive blows, his blade shattered during the parry, leaving him vulnerable. The Minotaur, sensing an opportunity, intensified his assault, his massive excel, threatening both Null and the seemingly immobile girl. In a moment, the quick thinking ejected all his focus, altering the trajectory of the beast's axis. The collision with the remaining portion of Null's blade dislodged the weapon from the Minotaur's grasp, spiraling it into the creature's neck. The Minotaur crumbled lifelessly, and Null's sword, now just a handle, shattered entirely. The guild, no longer in imminent danger, expressed a gratitude as soldiers rushed to the scene. Feeling a bit embarrassed by his efforts, Null vanished before the girl could explain, going to practice even harder. The following day, news of the Minotaur's appearance shocked the kingdom. Earlier, Henry, the chief of staff for the royal knights, suspected the sinister motive behind the creature's summoning, possibly to provoke a war. The mysterious man who saved Princess Renraire remained identified, prompting the priest to order a thorough search. Back at the guild, the good master informed Nal about a Minotaur causing trouble near the construction on the city where he worked. Nal, unaware of the chaos he had averted, politely dismissed the idea. The guild master, impressed by the hero who saved the city, suggested Nal quit adventuring for a more stable job. Despite the tempting offer, Nal declined, determined to continue his adventurous pursuits. Closeness now chatted with the guildmaster, whom Mama's voice interrupted, revealing herself as the rescued girl. Intrigued by her ability to track him using remote detection, Null questioned her adventurer class, assuming she was a hunter. To his surprise, she identified herself as a magician, showcasing her impressive skills. Though the good master teased Null about having a beautiful girlfriend, but Null clarified his single status. Better in a quitter place, the princess Creole revealed to be the rescued Gilda. Thank known for his bravery, the unexpected encounter set the stage for a unique alliance, blending the skills of a warrior and a magician in the face of unforeseen challenges that lay ahead. In the aftermath of the Minotaur encounter, Present grateful for Noel's heroism. Persistently offered him rewards, initially declining, Null eventually agreed to meet their family. Advising her to maintain privacy, Princess Rai suggested using her skills hidden detection or block to discreetly navigate the castle. When they walked deeper into the castle known Sazemini, the impressed conjurer discovered that the princess had not asked for his name. Introducing himself as Nal, the girl revealed her name to be Rindi Chris, but she preferred to be called Rai. Their journey to the castle led them to a lady in armor named Diane, who warmly welcomed them, requesting an audience with the king informed them that he was in a meeting as those they traversed the castle. They encountered a troublesome man named Gilad, whom I cautioned not to be rude to Nal, recognizing him as a guest. Upon entering the throne room, Rai greeted her brother Rin. However, Rin scolded for borrowing his invisible crow without permission. Apologizing, Rai explained that she needed it to find the man who saved her. Intrigued, the king rose from his throne, inviting a closer for a chat. Mal, cautious but forthright, sought permission to be a bit impolite. The king, intrigued by the request, reassured Nal, expressing gratitude for saving his daughter. Offering various rewards, the king was met with Nal's humble decline. The king on the third gifted Nal his own giant sword, a seemingly deformed yet decorative weapon. Initially hesitant, Nal eventually agreed, finding the sword amusing. However, upon closer inspection, he noticed its deformities. As Rai protested her father giving such a weapon to a stranger, the king explained its true nature and offered to get a Africa. Despite initial reservations, Null accepted the gift, intending to repurpose it for fixing a gutter. The next day, he pulled Null aside for a private chat, apologizing for her earlier rudeness. Understanding her duty to protect the Kree family, Null assured her he didn't take it personally. And the deputy leader of the warrior corps encouraged him to ask for help and cautioned against disrespecting the king and Rai. Grateful for her guidance, Null expressed his understanding. Was Null exited the palace, Kiat confronted him, initial conversation and inviting him to spar. Curious about the concept of sparring, Null learned it was a practice fight and eager to gauge his abilities, he agreed. Engaging in the spar, Gilad launched a series of attacks with his spear, impressed as Null skillfully dodged them all. Undeterred, Gillette increased the speed of his attacks, challenging all to entertain him as a hero. In a flashback, Gillette's history unfolded. Talented in spear fighting from a young age, seeking powerful opponents, and leaving the capital in search of new challenges. As they continue sparring in the present, Gillette observed no strength and agility, wondering if he had finally found a worthy adversary who could gale his boredom. In the heat of the battle, Gilad, driven by defensive mindset, appreciates no efforts to restrain himself. However, he urges Null not to hold back, confused by the sudden change in pace. Relat, initially thinking he was already at full speed, is taken aback as Null effortlessly dodges every attack. Null innocently questions if Vilat is tired and encourages him to step up his game. In response, Gillette unleashes his full power, executing the ultimate skill, the Dragon Destruction Flash. The deadly spear attack, moving at the speed of sound, is unleashed for the first time on another person. Shockingly, as the spear hurtles toward Null's throat, it inexplicably hits a wall, leaving Gilad puzzled and questioning how he missed the attack. To his surprise, Null appears being admitting defeat and yielding. Now, as he leaves the castle, reflects on Gilad's powerful attack, acknowledging his own weaknesses and the necessity for more training. Gilad, on the other hand, believes he lost the match and is impressed by Null's ability to create cracks in the floor with silent movements. As Null fulfills his promise of using a sword for gutter cleaning, he attracts the unexpected attention. Diane approaches him, expressing a desire to be his apprentice. Null, taken aback, declines, citing a preference for solitude and independence. Ryan persists, offering her skills and knowledge, but Null remains firm in his decision. Undeterred, Ryan showcases a prowess with the Holy Light Streak, a skill taught by her instructor, Unimpressed, now decides to demonstrate his own skills using the fireball skill to take her down. This triggers memories of Master Rankin and his teachings about the limitless potential of the skill. And meanwhile, Ray contemplates what their father would draw their commoner with the preserved black sword obtained from their mazes. The sword, rumored to be forged from dragon found by dwarves, is deemed unbreakable and impervious to harm. Always Nellen's new follower here to the guild for a new mission. The mysteries surrounding the royalists and their significance deepen. In the midst of their quest, Lon and his master are intrigued by Ryan's decision to accompany them. Informs his master of the need for quests that two people can undertake, aiming to dispel any misconceptions Ryan may have about his strength. On learning of an open request to defeat goblins, Ryan's master seizes the opportunity, noting that the inclusion of silver rank member makes a solo mission acceptable. Excited about the chance to embark on a mission he has longed for, and yes, even if she is comfortable accepting the goblin slaying quest. After a cautious warning from their master, the duo receives the green light and eagerly prepares for their quest. With the black sword slung over his shoulder, and feels a surge of confidence ready to face the challenges with Rand by his side. The quest leads them to the forest of monsters in the north, known for goblin infestations and the dangerous creatures. As they search, Ryan senses a peculiar signal indicating the presence of a goblin categorized as a monster, adding an element of unease. The forest's unnatural silence heightens the mystery, creating an eerie atmosphere. The pursuit takes an unexpected turn when something descends from the sky, revealing the imposing goblin emperor adorned with a distinctive magic stone. Originating from the accidental transformation of the Goblin King centuries ago, the Goblin Emperor is a formidable opponent, requiring several gold class adventurers to handle. Ryan, haunted by past encounters, doubts her ability to face such a powerful step into reassure Ryan, emphasizing the importance of facing the challenge together. However, the unexpected size and threat level of the Goblin Emperor challenges understanding of goblins as the weakest monsters in the ring. Undeterred, executes his pad skill, showcasing unexpected agility. As the battle unfolds and Ryan faces the relentless attacks of the powerful Goblin Emperor, he realizes that the Magic Stone is the source of its regenerative power and proposes a daring plan to remove it. With the coordination and daring, uses the Black Sword as a makeshift shield propelled forward by Ryan's Wind Blast. The risky maneuver pays off as unsuccessfully rips the Magic Stone off the Goblin Emperor's forehead. With the threat neutralized, and reflects on the regency of the situation in the royal capital. Meanwhile, Ring contemplates finding a solution to the emerging crisis. As news of a defeated colossal monster reaches them, the purity of the magic stone hints at the scale of the impending emergency. In the aftermath of the colossal monster's defeat, rumors circulate about the extraordinary size and pristine quality of his magic stone, surpassing even the formidable Goblin King. Suspicion arises, pointing towards the religious state of Missouri as the likely creators of such exceptional stones. So the revelation starters Rain, contemplating the potential machinations behind unleashing such a creature. Rain reflects on the fact that only two individuals, and Ryan, were able to vanquish this monstrous threat. The monster's concealment within the forest of demonic beasts, hidden by high tier presence concealment magic, raises questions about its recent placement. Despite it being outside the hunting season, they decide to investigate and noticing a significant decrease in goblin numbers. 3 days per hour, an urgent proposal reached the royal palace reporting similar phenomena and other. Rain combined as a book of reports detailing mysterious events over the past 3 months. Sleepless nights, missing animals, and abnormal silence in the forest all centered around the suspected area. Rain instructs a swift investigation and calls on specialists detecting and nullifying presence concealment magic. As Rain awaits at the arrival of the Six Saints and the specialist, he beats himself for not noticing the sooner. He had considered forming an alliance with the MP Empire of Diabolism, but the escalating threats make him fear the once peaceful nation is sinking into the path of destruction. Back at the Guildmaster marvels at his victory, but humbly acknowledges Ryan's significant role. The revelation that goblins are born with magic stones in their throats or hearts raises doubts about the defeated monster as Ned burned all evidence. Despite the lack of proof, the Guildmaster appreciates his accomplishment and extends a token of appreciation. Despite the setback, Imwo warms up to Ryan, seeking her assistance for their next adventure. Ryan assures him of her availability for the next quest, but her brother Rain surprises her with an urgent request for his help. Rain instructs him to go to a mountainous town the next day, prepared with carriages and an escort, despite the handsome reward. His true motivation is the opportunity to leave the capital and experience a new adventure. Rain accompanies him, and as they travel, they notices bizarre traces suggesting the presence of a giant toad demon. The revelation unfolds that demons, visually identical to humans, manipulate monsters and once at war with the reduced state Misura, the giant toad demon, accompanied by a stranger with a mysterious backstory, signifies a potential threat as they declare war on Misura once again. Tom and Ryan embark on their mission, ready to face the unknown challenges that lie ahead. In the shadow of their oppressor, enduring blows and punches that contort at their once unrecognizable face, the victimized individual bore the weight of 3 days of punishment, deprived of sustenance, surviving solely on water. Yet, in the face of such brutality, the stranger refrained from retaliation. There was stemmed not from weakness, but from a profound sense of empathy, an intimate understanding of both inflicting pain and being its recipient. Was the oppressor uncovered the slave's ability to peer into minds, their hostility deepened towards this supernatural servant. Despite the escalating mistreatment, the slave acclimated the sensation of pain over time. Obviously, in exchange for the oppressor's promise, delectable meals, the magical circlet worn by the slave shielded their thoughts, concealing the ability that had once stoked the oppressor's ire. Fast forward to the present, the strangers conceal the nun's main spell shattered, leaving them vulnerable. They berate themselves for their lapse, realizing they can no longer manipulate the formidable black dragon of death. With time constraints preventing the recasting of a mind, no trolling spell. They dread the impending repercussions for their friends and contemplate the desirability of death, a release from causing harm or enduring further torment. Once the colossal thoughts close them closer, the stranger daydreams of a life undeterred from the agony they've long endured. Yet an unexpected savior and steps forward wielding a black sword. Acknowledging that towards strength and pondering the consequences of evading the attack, Woon decided to confront the toad head on. Sacrificing himself means the brunt of the toad's assault, revealing resilience but succumbing to potent venom. Amidst the show's attempts to intervene, but Ben activates a divine shield, preventing her from diving and following a hidden order insteers Ryan and towards Mura for refuge. The ambush disrupts their path, raising suspicions about its orchestration. Proximity to the mountainous city heightens the stakes. The dragon's pursuit could imperil the entire population. The demon boy, having inadvertently brought the dragon into the midst, rushes to announce the waterfall grasp of the situation and reassessing her priorities as a knight weighs the pros and cons, deciding to leave in the dangerous predicament for now. As the dragon prepares to unleash venom once more, Rai seeks guidance about her master. Ainz reluctantly admits that there's nothing they can do as it seems destined for an unfortunate end. However, Ness surprises everyone by persisting in the fight against the drone, defying the odds and embodying the ideal shield in aspires to achieve. The dragon's screech echoes, intensifying as shield astonishingly, the rains are live resilient, floating against seemingly surmountable odds. The narrative raises the question of whether it can reverse the dire situation. The narrative then shifts to his past, revealing a series of life-threatening encounters with poisonous substances, showcasing his unyielding nature and gradual development of poison resistance. These experiences, though perilous, ultimately contribute to Nez's resilience and unique abilities in the midst of adversity. His past confrontations with death serve as a backdrop to the current struggle against the dragon, leaving readers pondering the extent of Nin's endurance and the potential for a miraculous turn of events. In the aftermath of the intense battle, contemplated the surprising discovery of his enhanced low heal ability. Intrigued by the idea that consuming poisonous creatures might yield additional skills, he continued his perilous hunt for toxic plants and animals, testing them to gauge their effects. The potency of the dragon binding mushroom, coupled with the application of his low heal ability, provided him with a unique resistance to poison. As Nas explored the newfound resistance, he found that the effects of the poison, such as bleeding, diminished over time. His body adapted to the toxicity, making it a mere inconvenience rather than a life-threatening ordeal. Undeterred, he assisted in training, feasting on dangerous creatures, resulting in the dragon's comparatively mild impact on him. During the exchange with the dragon, Astute observed a change in the beast's anatomy, the expansion of its throat. Seizing this moment, he strategically parried the creature's attacks and executed the decisive, last-ditch attack, leaving the beast vulnerable. Despite the beast's attempt to drown in its poisonous fluids, he emerged victorious, contemplating the culinary potential of the poisonous creature. After ensuring everyone's well-being, they noticed the demon boy's ailing condition, To his surprise, the demon confessed to leading the monster there, driven by a misguided notion that the beast was a form of merchant. And displaying an unusual generosity offered to compensate for the perceived loss, not realizing the true nature of the demon's ability to manipulate beasts. He was none about the demons in its skin, a power common among his skin. He couldn't help but feel a mix of envy and admiration, recognizing the potential for such a skill to be a boon to society and encouraged the demon to embrace his abilities for the greater good. This evolution left him contemplating the positive impact such skill could have on the world. Anyway, Rai, witnessing the intense clash between and the dragon, was left in awe of a human evolving the dragon in combat. She questioned the feasibility of such a feat, especially considering the aura emitted by the dragon's poison. So he is surprised, his wounds miraculously healed, prompting her to speculate on the existence of a sacred aura. Memories of encountering a sage with similar abilities surfaced, raising questions about his extraordinary skills at such a young age. Concerned about the demon boy accompanying them. Rice sought answers regarding his intentions, wary of the demon's mind reading and monster manipulating abilities. She pressed him for assurances. Unperturbed, Nia suggested they all go for a ride, prompting Ray's curiosity about the boy's fate. As they discussed their next steps and revealed that the damage caused in the last battle might delay the poisonous store's delivery to the city. Ray, bewildered by the unfolding events, struggled to comprehend the intricacies of the situation. Soon realizing he lacked information about the demon boy's delivery promise, inquired further. The demon, with a hint of terror, claiming ignorance and despite suspicions, it became apparent that he genuinely did not know the intended receipt. The narrative weaves a tale of resilience, the discovery, and unexpected alliances as navigates a world filled with magical abilities, dangerous creatures, and the complexities of human and demon interactions. In the twisted tale that unfolded, the revelation struck like a thunderbolt to boy. Bororo was not a malevolent force by choice, but a victim enslaved by the very country Ryan and hailed from a nation ostensibly against the shackles of slavery. However, in the labyrinth of global politics, it seemed Netherlands turned a blind eye to such ethical considerations. Guardian harbored suspicions that Warren was up bound in a grander scheme. When carried about his origin, the boy disclosed being blindfolded and transported with a fearsome creature known as the Beast, instructed to unleash chaos upon the city. God raised the Dredge's notions about demons. Brian, influenced by Fairfather's teachings, wrestled with their abyesses and felt a pang of remorse for mistreating a solitary boy stranded in an unfamiliar realm. So the curiosity stirred within Alan, leading to the revelation of the boy's name. Or, despite the internal struggles, Ryan concurred with her master's decision. However, a formidable obstacle loomed ahead. Their next destination, Mizura, a religious kingdom vehemently prohibiting the entry of demons, leaving Roro in nearby towns posed risks and carrying him vital hostility in Mizura. Out of the blue, a menacing stranger materialized, expressing astonishment at Roro's survival. Upon his inquiry, the man admitted to being the one who assigned the task to Roro. His sudden appearance had raised questions about Nan's confrontation with the beast and his ability to withstand his deafening aura. Apologizing for his ignorance, the man clarified that his interest lay in capturing the demon, not the daily task. Roro, relieved at the prospect of rescue, discovered the man's true intention. Luo exploit him for a substantial bounty. As tension escalated, the mysterious man disappeared momentarily, reappearing with lethal intent. Ryu critical strike were made, but quick reflexes buried the attack, the man sensing an anomaly about in such answers. In the midst of the chaos, Red shouldered Toro and a fierce confrontation ensued. As the battle intensified, in endeavor to protect Roro, Fair gripped Roro as he recognized the stranger, said a former 600 adventurer known as the Deathbringer. To delve into Sad's backstory, unveiled a prodigious adventurer born in the commercial city of Serencia. Rapidly rising to the rank in a mere 5 years, Sad's exceptional skills and enigmatic origins fueled rumors. His notoriety peaked when he admitted to a massacre merchant family, showed the moral ambiguity. The guild grappled with how to handle said torn between his contributions and his ruthless actions. Despite reports of his demise, Sar's legacy endured, with people living in dread of the Deathbringer. Back to the present, the clash between Nan and Sage intensified. The Deathbringers, upon shattered and also unusual resilience, puzzled. Apologizing for breaking Sad's weapons, in questioned the sudden hostility. Said, intrigued by Nan's endurance and wielding a peculiar sword, he decided to reveal the extent of his prowess, unleashing a deadly skill known as Silver Cross. In the battleground where swords clashed and magic unfolded, the confrontation between an death escalated, leaving an air of suspense and danger hanging over the characters entangled. in this intricate narrative. In the relentless downpour of alchemical rains, he unleashed his secret skills upon his companions. So faced with the lethal onslaught and driven by an inner precreative instinct, positioned himself as a human shield, intercepting the deadly blades that sought to pierce through the air. With each parry and mended wounds, as sacrificed the self guard his allies from the silver sword's malevolent darts. The Splitterings protected the yes and the deployment of God's shield. It became evident that its durability had its limits. Low heal spells could only postpone the inevitable heavy damage, and Noru knew he couldn't keep up the defense for much longer. Taking charge of the situation, Rinoja told Dovis a strategy to shift the tide of battle in their favor. Observing the peculiar behavior of the sentients, sword-seeking vulnerabilities in the magical barrier, Naruto, ever resourceful, drew inspiration from his experience in bird hunting. Utilizing a ninja skill, Shinobi Step combined with body enhancement. He propelled rocks from the remnants of a poisonous toad into the air. The deafening aura emanating from these ebony fragments disrupted the incoming swords, shattering them mid-flight. In the midst of this tactical innovation, some expected blades veered toward them. The quick reflexes served that dares not to skillfully parry the imminent threat, acknowledging Naoto's resilience, remarked on the close call, a sentiment usually reserved for himself. For this is adamantine sword, the epitome of durability, succumbed to the battle's intensity. Whenever calm inquired his wish to continue the fight. To everyone's surprise, he declared an ended with the confrontation, expressing a desire to meet again at a mysterious festival in the royal capital. When Fusion gripped on Lucas from nowhere of such an event, see, leaving in the cloak of Enigma, commended prowess and bid him farewell with a promise of an imminent reunion. So before departing, conveyed to Nuru that Roto's life was spared this time, emphasizing the substantial bounty on the demon's head. In a deceptive move, set him to a final streak, but Noru intervened, sacrificing his own palm to protect Roto. With the dramatic exit, he vanished into a smoke screen, leaving the witnesses awestruck by the extraordinary showdown. Note that Drew grappled with the aftermath. Kayan pondered her own potential vulnerability in such confrontations, as mention of the impending danger at the royal capital during the Grand Festival raised concerns, prompting Noru to guide their thoughts back to reality. Toto, trembling with fear, warned against venturing to the royal capital, not due to command the judices against demons, but because a colossal threat was looming, the imminent arrival of a beast far more destructive than the encountered Black Dragon. The narrative shifted to the royal capital, where the princess and her entourage deliberated on their next course of action. The princess, resolute in her duty, insisted on returning to report their findings and provide support. They advised prioritizing safety, but the princess argued for collective action against the impending catastrophe. Reluctantly, the group decided to return to the royal capital, and even Otto, overcoming his initial fear, chose to accompany them. The princess, secure in her master's abilities, believed in their collective strength to face the challenge ahead. In the royal capital, the prince strategized to secure the city when an unexpected event unfolded. A massive dragon appeared in the sky, throwing the city into chaos. As the government initiated election protocols, and his companions arrived in the royal capital, ready to confront the demonic dragon and assist in the defense effort. Meanwhile, the demon realm kingdom's top officials engaged in a crucial meeting with the Council of Kree Kingdom, demanding cooperation in the face of the looming threat. Mentions rose as the narrative of a complex tapestry of political intrigue and impending danger, leaving readers on the edge of their seats, eager to unravel the mysteries and face the challenges ahead. In the hollowed ruins of his kingdom, the king of Krish stood surrounded by the echoes of regret. The weight of a peerless decision made in the shadow of a demon emperor's veiled threat bore heavily on his shoulders. He pondered whether the desolation that now gripped his land was the manifestation of that ominous warning. Vulnerable and exposed, he lamented the consequences of diplomatic misstep that had endangered Israel. In this dire moment, the king found himself at the mercy of his own son, Prince and a vigilant overseer of both intelligence and internal affairs. The echoes of the demon emperor's disdainful words still reverberated in his mind, issuing the fragility of his small kingdom. The king grappled with self-blame, realizing that a single misjudgment had exposed his country to the brink of destruction. Accepting the harsh reality that evil could not be entirely eradicated, the king resolved to do what lay within his power to diminish its grasp. However, the colossal threat before him, embodied by a formidable dragon, demanded immediate attention. Strengthening his resolve, the king pledged to face the dragon alone, determined to reclaim a semblance of control. Meanwhile, Princess Rai, Broduana traversed the chaotic city on horseback, witnessing the stark transformation from serenity to chaos. Amidst the ruins, Princess Rai sensed an approaching menace. A goblin emperor emerged, hostility emanating from its every move. In a swift and calculated response, I shielded her companions from the goblin emperor's onslaught, revealing her mastery over defensive magic. A new challenge unfolded as the goblins multiplied in number, prompting her to erect a protective barrier. Princess Rai, observing the heightened tension in A's voice, acknowledged the extraordinary power concealed within these seemingly smaller adversaries. Reflecting on the teachings of Princess Rai, recognized the need to eliminate the goblin threat before facing the dragon. While executing a strategic plan, Princess Rai utilized the Rise Down skill, but the Geogoblins evaded hostile onslaught. Surprisingly, it was Rodo who demonstrated an unexpected power. His commanding words froze the goblins in their tracks. With precision and teamwork, the trio subdued the goblin threat, with delivering the final blows using her divine swords, a weapon of unparalleled sharp. As the battle concluded, urged her companions to leave the battlefield swiftly, avoiding potential encounters with more monsters. Princess Zai marveled at Da's prowess, but found herself equally astounded by Rodo's unique abilities. Recalling Rodo's daring attempt to save them, Princess questioned whether his powers were a testament to the inherent strength of the demon race, or if he was an exceptional case. Meanwhile, the King of Kree grappled with the legendary dragon, reminiscing about his labyrinth adventures. Despite a fleeting preference for the simplicity of battling monsters, the dragon before him was a mythical menace. Focused on his duty as a king, he channeled all his magical power into an explosive sword, determined to end the battle swiftly and restore normalcy. Yet, as the dragon unleashed its fury, wrath, salvation came unexpectedly. Someone intervened, deflecting the deadly onslaught away from the king. The blast, now directed, struck the dragon, causing it to plummet from the sky. In this critical moment, the king's life was spared, at least temporarily, as the enigmatic figure who had intervened revealed themselves to be Anne, struggling to regain balance after the powerful magical exchange with Princess Rai. Was the battlefield echoed with the clash of magics and might. The fate of Kree hung in the balance, with the king, princess, and their allies navigating a treacherous path against formidable adversaries. Plummeting from a perilous height that threatened certain death upon impact, and swiftly activated his body strengthening magic. The imminent danger of crashing into the city walls loomed large, but with deft maneuver he managed to avoid a fatal collision. Despite averting immediate damage, Esno's velocity showed no signs of diminishing, raising the specter of an impending crash into the city. In a stroke of fortune, instead the dragon, the same formidable creature he had observed from a distance earlier. Swiftly unsheathing his sword, he made a daring decision to collide head on with the dragon, hoping to disrupt his trajectory. Just in the nick of time, he crashed into the dragon, preventing it from unleashing its fiery wrath upon the vulnerable king. Groaning and reflecting on the necessity for Princess Rai to exercise caution with her magical abilities around ordinary humans knows from the ground. The imposing presence of the dragon is irreparable confidence. The dragon, perplexed by the unexpected interference regarding his block, sword as inconsequential. However, when he stood resolute, ready to thwart his advance, the dragon's anger surged. With a ground-shaking stomp, the dragon attempted to crush in, but to its bewilderment, not only survived but parried the attack. Frustration consumed the dragon, prompting a swift tail strike Chimera catching off guard. Again and skillfully parried the blow, intensifying the dragon's vexation. Deterred, the dragon launched a powerful blast towards convinced of impending victory. However, the blast, to the dragon's astonishment, was reflected, sparing him from harm. The dragon, teetering on the brink of disbelief, intensified his onslaught. Armido annihilated with every attempt to beat a stomp or blast, and effortlessly parried, displaying a resilience that defied the dragon's understanding. Most the dragon spilled into desperation, an unsettling realization crept in it test an adversary stronger and more superior than any encountered before. In a fit of rage, the dragon unleashed its full might, seeking to tear them apart. Yet, devoid of hostility, continued to effortlessly parry each assault. The dragon mentioned breaking down, confronted an inexplicable discomfort in the face of a creature that neither harbored ill intentions nor exerted effort. So as the dragon grappled with its newfound vulnerability, and his companions Roto, Sasri, and arrived on the scene. Princess Rai, concerned for Anne, questioned his well-being after a formidable magic had sent him soaring. Unperturbed and displayed his healed injuries, surprising his companions. Roto, credited for saving his life, received thanks and then pondered whether Roto was behind the dragon's unusual calmness. The companions, mystified by the dragon's tranquility, deliberated on their next steps. Roto attempted to communicate with the dragon, revealing an unexpected ability to understand and be understood by the mythical creature. The dragon, pledging obedience to its master, raised questions about his role. He, contemplating the dragon's apparent surrender, hesitated on the decision to end his life. Roto, stepping up as a mediator, engaged in dialogues with the dragon, eventually instructing it to return home obedient. The dragon hid in Roto's command, took flight, leaving Noah struck by the boy's mysterious powers. The unfolding events left him grappling with a mix of emotions, hesitation, awe, and a newfound understanding of the intricate dynamics between humans and mythical creatures. Plunging from the heavens with a velocity that promised certain doom upon impact. Acted swiftly, activating his body strength and majesty in a bid to defend the grim fate that loomed below. In a gravity-defying twist, he managed to evade the clutches of immediate death, though the relentless force of his descent hinted at an impending collision with the unforgiving city walls. Hausen grappled with the unforgiving laws of physics, his gaze fixed on the mighty black demon dragon soaring majestically in the skies. The hope that the battle had reached its conclusion, however, was shattered by an unexpected blast that erupted from an unseen source, directly striking the formidable dragon. Meanwhile, at a considerable distance, a malevolent figure reveled in the success of a calculated attack. The king of the Demon Royal Kingdom and his army emerged as the orchestrators of this destructive assault. With villainous laughter, the king berated for their perceived incompetence in managing the labyrinth, resulting in the city's inundation by marauding monsters. The king boasted about the might of his army, dismissively labeling them as heroes with a singular focus. The coveted labyrinth, his sinister intentions became clear as he ordered the eradication of those loyal to the King of Kree, emphasizing that history would be written by the victor. Retrieving labyrinth's artifacts, especially the coveted Black Sword, topped the king's priority list. Laying the partially ravaged city through binoculars, the king acknowledged the black demon dragon's destructive prowess. Despite his eye, the king viewed the dragon as a mere pawn, a tool to be exploited. To fulfill his dark ambitions, the king introduced the formidable Forgat Per Brunok, a cutting-edge combat weapon, and the 3 user device crafting a mobile magic defense wall. The king contemplated with the female Popo Mura, who sought an alliance proposal. However, their focus shifted as the Goblin Emperor, wounded and approaching, presented an opportunity for the king to test his newfound weaponry. Deploying the defense wall and wielding the advanced equipment, the soldiers dispatched the goblin with ease, showcasing the Industrial Revolution's transformative power. The citizen, confident in his army's might, declared the dawn of the industrial age held in a shift from individual prowess to mechanized warfare. Reveling in his confidence, the king envisioned the swift dominance of the demon royal army. Not yet, as the king's attention turned to the sheer goddess. Ah, member of the Six Saints and a force above even gods. His last full thoughts clouded strategic judgment. Determined to assert dominance, the king ordered an attack on using the formidable Brunak. The soldiers fired, confident in their ability to overcome the goddess's invincible shield or shell fireball. As the weapon struck, the king interpreted the reflector light as the death knell of a legend, a testament to the perceived superiority of demon science over legendary beings. However, elsewhere, the impact of this assault echoed, catching the attention of Yan and his companion. Wondering about the source of the parried attack, the group speculated that it could be the demon royal army. Observing the overwhelming number of soldiers, and his companions realized the daunting challenge ahead. This suggested a strategic retreat, but before they could act, a barrage of attacks from the Demon Royal Army intensified. Recognizing the limitations of Fear God Shield faced a dire situation, with Dissolven offered himself as a distraction, intending to divert the army's attention and allow the others to escape. Princess Rai concerned for Nan's safety, provided him with an edgy boost while acknowledging the potential risks in present with the plan, determined to confront the overwhelming Demon Royal Army and devise a strategy for their eventual return. Once the shows unfolded, the group faced a daunting challenge against the relentless onslaught of a powerful and well-equipped adversary.